everyone. Happy Friday. It is Carissa Wiley here from Pink. No. Let's start that over. Hey everyone, it's Carissa Wiley from sprinkledwithglitter.com. I'm so happy that you're here today, whether you're watching me live or on the replay. We're gonna have so much fun because we're gonna craft, we're gonna chat, I'm gonna answer some questions, and I have a couple exclusive discount codes to share with you. Plus, I have a giveaway. So there's so much fun to be had. If you didn't guess from the music at the beginning, I am going to be doing a holiday card project because I'm just not over it yet. And it's not too late to still make some projects for the holidays. I am featuring products from the stamp market today. And I know that when I announced this, there was like 50-50. 50% of you said you were so excited, you could not wait, this was going to be fantastic. The other 50% of you was like, I've never heard of the stamp market. And if you have not heard of the stamp market, let me just tell you, you are missing out. They are fabulous products. You're going to see that here in just a bit. But before we get to all of that, let me just run through a few of the housekeeping things. Number one, if you have not already subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you would go ahead and do that. Hit that notification bell because that means you'll get notified anytime I post a video, whether it's live, whether it's a live stream video or a pre-recorded video, you'll get notified when I have a new video out. So I want to make sure that you have those notifications turned on. Secondly, if you have not already liked this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. Daily Creations says, OMG, I love their stuff, especially their diamond glitter cardstock. Yes, and that's one of the things I'm going to be using today and one of the things I'm going to be talking about. Now, that's kind of housekeeping stuff. If you are watching live, I love it when you chat. I love it when you answer each other's questions. I love it when you ask me questions. I try to get to those as much as possible. If you're watching on the replay, say hey in the comments. Tell me what you love. Tell me what you buy with this exclusive discount code that I'm sharing with you today. I love to hear all the things. So just give me a little shout out in the comments. I really appreciate that. First of all, I want to tell you about this discount code starts today, but it is not the one from the stamp market. So just give me one moment and I'll get to that one. The Glassboard Studio, which is the glass craft mat that I work on, has started their Black Friday deals early. They start today. My code at the Glassboard Studio, and you can find a link to this glass craft mat in the YouTube description below, but my code is Carissa15. It's always valid for 15% off, but they've started their Black Friday promotions, and right now you can save 20% at the Glassboard Studio using code Carissa15. There's also some freebies and giveaways, so be sure to check that out, including their new craft catchers, their mag ink trays, their magnets, and of course the glass board itself. Now, as for the stamp market, Amy has been so generous. She has a special discount code for you. It is Carissa10. So you're going to use Carissa10 at checkout. Let me tell you about it first. It is good for 10% off of the product category, new category. And if you'll see at the top of the live stream chat, I have that link posted for you that takes you directly to the new category over at the stamp market, so you can save 10% off of that. Or if you look in the YouTube description below, you'll see a direct link to that new category. This coupon code or discount code is available now through midnight Mountain Standard Time on November 23rd, which is Sunday. So you have a couple of days to shop and peruse, but for best selection, I would say shop early because she will have things. She just got a restock on some of the products that I'm using, so we should be good on some of them. Some of them I'm going to mix in some older products, so I'm not sure what the stock is on that. But I just wanted to let you know, use code Carissa10 at checkout for 10% off of the new category over at the stamp market. So now let's get down to the desktop and let's look at some of these fabulous products here. These are the products. And I wanted to say this, I shopped for myself. I went on the website and I had my cart full. I think I had close to $900 worth of stuff in my cart, and I had to obviously pare back. So these are some of the things that I picked up and I'm creating with today. So we are going to be using the Good Cheer Greenery stamps. You can see they're numbered here, as well as the dies that are coordinating with those. I looked at this and I loved it for the greenery because you know that at Christmas, I am a sucker for greenery. But I have to tell you that I didn't realize when I purchased it that it has this gorgeous greeting, and there is a die available. I mean, this is the die set that's available to go with the stamp set that cuts out that greeting. So that's absolutely beautiful. These are actually like a two-step stamping technique. So you can see A1, A2, you have C1, C2, you have B1, B2, B3, all the things. So you can layer them up or you can use them as they are. So just keep that in mind. So tastefully done. You're absolutely right, Beth Ann. Now I'm also going to be combining the Good Cheer Greetings. So Good Cheer Greenery, Good Cheer Greetings. I am going to be using this gorgeous joy today. I have this card in my head. I haven't ever made it. We'll see how long it takes. But I wanted to do a lot of stamping today. And so we're going to use this large joy greeting. And so we will definitely be using those today. Here's some other things that I picked up. Oh, also die set, of course. I picked up this double bow die, which makes this really nice big layered cardstock bow, which I think is so pretty. I picked up the sweater with the coordinating stitch a sweater die. So you can use these to either create, this one you create like a stitched pattern on the sweater, or you can just do this plain sweater that has like the turtleneck and all of the details that go along the bottom and the sleeves. Love this. You can also create kind of like a knit looking pattern down the center of the sweater with these. Kristen Crowley says, the Good Cheer Greenery is what caught my eye when I visited the site from your Instagram. Of course. Yes. Because, you know, we're like this. Finally, I picked up these fun little Merry Delights. There's some smaller scale dies for the holidays, an ornament, some stars, a snowflake, just little things. I love this bow, a candy cane, a wreath that you can layer up, some little dies. And this, she has demonstrated with like this almost tic-tac-toe pattern. It's in the new category as well if you want to check it out. Looks so adorable. I love these. And Jen Dykstra says a lot of these are in my cart right now. Yes. So here's a couple things that I may pull in that are from older releases. So all of that I just showed you, valid with that discount code, Carissa10, to save 10% off of those. These are not new, so these would not be included in the discount, but I pulled them out. This is cedar branches, and I've actually die cut those. We were talking about diamond glitter cardstock. I've die cut several of these from that diamond glitter cardstock. I wish you could see it in real life because it is just gorgeous, and it's, of course, not doing it justice on camera. But I've cut several of these from diamond glitter cardstock. I pulled out the nested wavy banner dies. This is so much fun. I think I'm going to use the second to the largest one. And I may or may not use this arch card base. I probably won't use the entire thing. This actually makes a really fun 3D card that you can put together. Do I have an example of it back here? But I may just use this layering piece that goes on the inside as a really cool arch. So this was originally part of an event that I taught with the Stamp Market, and I created, so you can create this card that is like a pop-up, and it has the little things that go, like the little layers that go on there, and it creates that layered look. It's really fun. So that's something fun to check out. So those are the ones that I pulled in that are not from the new release. But I'm going to keep talking as we start stamping because we've got some stamping and we've got some die cutting to do, and you don't want to be here until next Thursday. Delia, I'm using the Stamp Market. So I'm going to start out with A1. I have some white cardstock here, and I have colors of ink from the Stamp Market that I'm going to be using. So I'm going to start out with A1. I've never done this before. We're going to see how I do. B1, okay, A1, B1, and then I'm trying to see what I have here. Maybe just like a couple of these little guys, okay? Just a couple like greenery pieces to fill in. B2 and B3, okay. I'm just looking here, I'm getting my bearings. And what I've done is I have pulled out a couple of different greens because when I am doing greens for Christmas and I'm doing a lot of them, I like to mix the colors. So I like there to be a variation. I thought I had jade ink. I do not. So the greens I'm using are Aspen and Leafy, which is a darker green and a lighter green, and Lagoon. And if I had jade, I would pull that in as well because it gives me that blue green. I'm going to start with Leafy on all of these and just ink them up. And I'm probably going to stamp them a couple of times in a couple of different colors. So we're just going to like move through the stamping really quick. I'm sorry if you can hear my dogs. They've decided that now is the time to alert me to some non-danger that's happening outside the house. So I'm going to stamp these. I'm going to leave these stamps right where they are in my Misty stamping tool, and I'm going to rotate this. Now, keep in mind, I tucked my, look how beautiful those stamped, by the way. I've tucked my cardstock into this lower right-hand corner. So every time I reposition my cardstock, I'm going to tuck it into that lower right-hand corner. I'm just rotating this. And then I am going to actually rotate my Misty so I can see this a little better. And I'm going to go into A2 and I'm going to line this up. I'm going to line up. Let me, I'm hoping that I'm doing this correctly because it will matter when we get to the die cutting. And I'm wondering if I should just die cut first or if I should wing it. I'm kind of a winger, but it could, nope, I'm going to die cut this first before I put the next one on. So I'm just go with me here for just a minute. So before I try to do this, I'm going to go ahead and die cut the layers that I have. This will make sense in just a minute. So I'm going to do this and I'm going to line this up. You can see where it all kind of goes here. So I'm going to get that taped in place. All right, so I'm just lining this up, getting it taped in place. Love, love, love the Stamp Market. Yeah, the tip of rotating it is great, especially when you're mass producing. I should have like looked at this a little bit ahead of time and kind of made my plan a little bit better, but let me just tell you, I am super busy behind the scenes. And I just didn't have time. I thought about in my head what I was going to do, but I didn't, you know, like walk it out, which makes a difference. So if you're coming in late, you can save 10% off of the new category over at the Stamp Market using code Carissa10. It's only off the new category, but I do have a link directly to that new category in the live chat. It's pinned at the top. Also, I have it in the YouTube description, and I do have links to these products. So the individual products, if you want to check those out, you can check those out. I've linked them all below. So keep in mind that discount code is good through midnight Mountain Time on November 23rd. So I'm just going to line these up. Probably not as important for these smaller ones because they're just a single stamp, but I'm going to show you why I'm doing this here in just a minute. We'll walk with you. That's why we're here. I know, you just have to go on the journey with me. Oh, I forgot the giveaway. I didn't even talk about the giveaway yet. I do have a $25 digital gift card code from the Stamp Market to give away to one lucky watcher who's watching live. I will draw that name at the end of the live stream. Did I use Aspen? Did I use Aspen and not Leafy? I probably did. I don't know. Hold on. No, I think I used Leafy, didn't I? Can we rewind? I thought I used Leafy. I will pick that from the comments at the end of the live stream. So just chat along, leave your comments, your questions, all those count as entries, and let's just have a good time, right? Okay, so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna take my dies off, and now I'm gonna rotate. And here's why, because if I need to line up the stems and stuff or the second layer, I am going to be able to do that and see where on the die cut it needs to fall. So we're gonna do this. It was originally like this, okay? Now we're gonna rotate. We're gonna still put it in the lower right-hand corner. I don't need to reposition these, but what I can do is reposition this guy, okay? Oh, and it looks so good like that. It's only the single layer. I love so much that you guys are giving the stamp market so much love today. Okay, so now I'm repositioning these back in the openings, and that's to make sure that if I get layer number 2 on there, that I get it in the right spot to where it's going to stamp on the die cut. Does that make sense? Okay, these are all sticking. I need to put this down. And then I'm going to rotate this so I can see it a little bit better. And then I am going to line this up. Okay? So I'm just looking down through. I think it just offsets a little bit and gives it a little fullness. Okay, I'm gonna go with there. I think that's where I need it. Just looking through to make sure. Okay, and it doesn't have to be perfect, y'all. Okay, we just want it to land on the die cut, right? So now we're gonna go to B2, all right? And I'm gonna line this up. Again, doesn't have to be perfect. It's just gonna layer in there and give it some more, you know, color and dimension. All right, I think there-ish is good. I'm looking at a couple of landmarks that I can see as I'm placing those. Okay, and I'm gonna leave those in place, and then I don't know if I did Leafy or Aspen the first time, but I'm gonna use Aspen. Okay. No, I definitely used Leafy the first time, because look at this Aspen. It's a totally different color. Hold on, we're in the way. See that? It's like much deeper green. Sydney says, I'm obsessed over this set. Oh my goodness. I love that. Okay. Oh, you guys, look at that. Look at that. Looks so good. Okay, I should have just inked this up at the same time, because look at all the stuff it left on my paper. We're just gonna do this again. Okay, now once we have these in place, okay, we can stamp multiples of these in the same position over and over again, and we don't have to like do that step in between. Okay, yeah, someone said it's so nice that they're giving a discount on their new products. Most companies, I will tell you, will not give you a discount on their newest release. And Amy was so generous to give a discount on this new release. So I really appreciate that. So we can give Amy a little applause for that. I might stamp a couple of these just with a block, because it's a totally separate one, and I want to be able to mix and match some of these. But the other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a block for this, which is the stem, which is B3. I don't think I have any browns from the stamp market. They have browns. Oh, I do. I don't know what this is going to look like, but we're going to try it. We're going to try umber. Yeah. I definitely need the arch card base. It is so much fun. And I, at the last minute, decided I might pull that in, and so I linked it there for you. Okay, for the stem on this guy, I'm just gonna look down through and stamp with umber. Perfect. That was actually a really perfect color combo there. So now I have this with that multiple color of green in there. And I have this, that multiple greens in there. Do you see that? How it gives it dimension? So pretty. Then I can rotate this again because I've already stamped layer 1. I'm going to put it in that lower right-hand corner. Again, just like that down here because I had my Misties flipped. And I'm going to stamp with the aspen for this second set that I've done. Okay. So we're going to do this. Oh, my magnet's in the way down here. Keep that magnet out of the way. I think I can just push past it. Yeah, we got it. It worked. Okay. So now I'm going to do just a couple more of these, and we may do them in like a different order so they look a little different. I'm going to go down into the lower right-hand corner. I'm going to go aspen now. I'm not even cleaning. Kamikaze, I know. And I'm going to stamp that. Oh, I did not get pressure there. And you guys, I love stamping. We do not do it enough. There's a lot of dies. They're fabulous. Love them. But stamping, there's just something about it that just takes me back. And I love like a good multi-step stamping stamp set, which is exactly what this is. Beautiful layered stamps. Yes, I agree. Okay, so we're going to go leafy up here. Okay, because this is our second layer. We're going to go aspen down here again. So we're going to have a few of these to kind of play with once we get them all stamped and die cut, okay? So we'll go here. We're going to press over the entire thing. And boom. I just feel like the leafy, when you do them in the opposite direction, it doesn't show up as much. So I like the other one better. So what we can do for this one, because there's not a lot of contrast, what we'll do is we'll put it in the lower right-hand corner. We used aspen here. Let's use aspen again, but let's double stamp or maybe even triple stamp so that we get like a more intense aspen down here. Okay, or up here, I should say. So there's one. Here's two. Question, do you need help organizing your craft room? I will certainly fly from New York to help you out. A couple weeks ago, I spent some time getting some things in order and I feel so much better. I was like swamped with product everywhere. It was just feeling overwhelming. So do you see how you're getting a more intense color of that aspen by building it up? You can only do this if you have some sort of stamping platform, but it's a great way to use like one color of ink and still get some differentiation. Okay, I think I'm gonna go over these bottom ones with aspen again. And then I'm gonna do a couple lagoon things, okay? Yeah, I like that. Okay, so we have that. And I want to show you the difference. This is leafy and then aspen, and this is aspen with aspen stamped like a couple of times. So now that we have these stamped, I'm going to take this little spot here. I'm going to grab a block and we're going to do a little bit of lagoon. I think I can fit a couple of these on here. Now, this may not be one that you would normally think of for like a holiday greenery, but sometimes when you get like those blue greens in there, it gives it some nice, you know, dimension when there's different greens. So I'm just gonna stamp a few of these to mix in, and then we'll die cut all of this, okay? So let's get those out of the way, and then we'll go back and stamp all our stems on that last one. So let's get this laid down. My mat is so warped. I really need to replace it. Yes, you can get warping on your Anna Griffin Empress over time with the way that if you're adding a shim a lot or you get a lot of pressure or whatever it may be, it still will need to be replaced every once in a while, but there is less warping. I find that I get more warping when I have to add a shim more often, so just keep that in mind, but there's some things that just need a shim. And Carmen says, gorgeous layered stamping, such great dimension. It really does give a lot of dimension, and using those various colors of green really does help that out. So just for the first time, we die cut first so that we could really see where we needed to put, you know, those other layers down in our Misty stamping tool. And then from there on, we have them in position and we can just kind of move from there. So I don't think I can get that on with that. So it's just, have you tried their Distress Oxides? I love them, says Daily Creation. No. When my cart was full, I had like all the things in there. I had all the Distress, or she calls them dioxide inks, I think. And they're beautiful because they're in her colors, which Amy has some great colors in her line. I love them so much. I had all like the dioxide inks in my cart. I just had everything in my cart, and I was like, I cannot do this. So I walked away and I reined it in a little bit a couple days later and purchased just a few items. The whole thing is, you guys don't know this, but I have a whole section of Stamp Market over there. I have a ton of it, like back from the beginning. Stamp Market is new to you. Well, welcome. You are going to love them. You should check out their site. She has great inspiration on her site too. I think you'll like Amy's style. So be sure to check that out for more inspiration. And we're just die cutting these. And then we're going to work on our sentiment. So this is something that you could do. Stephanie's in Colorado. I know that for sure. How was Wicked, Stephanie? Love the dies in white. Yeah, they're really nice. Very nice. Okay, let's get this. All right, now let's move to our next sheet. And this is the Aspen on Aspen, which I think is so nice. We're going to line that up. I'm just kind of looking at the stem through there to see that I have it in the right spot. You'll notice that I didn't get all of these exactly right, but it is what it is. Get that lined up with the bottom. I think we're about there-ish on this guy. Sometimes even with a magnetic mat, I will tape dies in place, just depending, because it can shift a little. Let's do this. The stem is a good spot on all of these to kind of look for the layering. Where you put the die. Okay, so let's do all these at once, and then we have one more set we have to die cut. Oh, you had to cancel and reschedule. Yeah, Lagoon is pretty with the other greens. Look at that. Sometimes you might not think of that because it's like, you think of it as a blue. But it definitely works so nicely. I love this piece right here. I love that it has the little knockout in it. So nice. And it's good to mix all the greens. So we have a lot of varying greens in here, so it won't feel like it's monotonous, you know? I'm putting these others aside because I still have to stamp the stem on them. So let's move this up and shift everything around. Next week is a holiday week, and my live stream schedule is going to be a little different at this time. I have a live stream scheduled for Tuesday at 1 p.m. I am going out Black Friday shopping on Friday. So if you want to know about some deals and links for shopping on Black Friday, I will have a post on my Instagram sharing those. And I may do, like, I'm not sure, I might do a pre-recorded video sharing some of those. It just kind of depends on how much time I have with the holiday coming up. But just keep that in mind that I won't be live next Friday. Okay, let's do that. Last die cut here. I hope Amy does another virtual event in 2026. I taught her at her first one. We had a really good time. It was a really good event. All right, so now our die cutting with this is done. So we're gonna just move these to the side. We have all our greenery. We probably have more than we'll even use. And I'm gonna put that there so I don't lose those. And I'm gonna stamp my stems on these with the umber. Have fun shopping. I shop online now. Honestly, I'm going to tell you, I don't go to really shop or buy anything in specific. I have a couple of friends. One of them is my sister-in-law that they have, as sisters, I'm friends with her sister as well. They have gone Black Friday shopping for years. Like back in the day, door busting. We were talking about this 2 years ago, like how different Black Friday shopping is now. But I just really go to spend time with them because I love them. We hardly ever get to hang out, and it's like our one thing where we go, and you guys would die. We go like all day long. We go at like 5 in the morning and we don't come home till like 10 at night. We're dead tired when we come home, but we are just together and having so much fun. So now let's work on a sentiment. I'm going to do something maybe a little unexpected for the sentiment. I'm going to stamp it onto white cardstock. I'm going to use my Misty stamping tool. We're going to die cut this in the end. I'm going to use a different Misty stamping tool because that one has dirty stamps all over it. And I just, let's see, where is my other Misty? Okay. I forgot what I was saying. Anyway, I'm going to stamp this using Cheeky ink, which is a pink. Love this pink ink. It's like a warm pink. You'll see it here. You guys are like, OMG, sounds brutal. We eat out all day. Like we eat at restaurants, we shop, we go where the wind blows us. We go up to Fresno. We stay here, you know, where we live. We start out here and then we go up to Fresno. We have a good time, y'all. It's just about being together, really. I'm going to double stamp this. And then I think, did I not have Cherry Kisses? Hold on. I didn't get the Cherry Kisses ink out. I may not have it. Okay, isn't that pretty? I remember the good old Black Friday shopping. Yep, camp out at the stores and wait for them to open. Yep, I remember that too. And that was so much fun. I don't have it. I don't have it. Okay, I don't have Cherry Kisses. I was going to add a little ombre, but we'll bring in Cherry Kisses in the cardstock. Y'all good with that? Okay, let's do a little more die cutting. Now, do you see all this junk on my mat? You got to get that off. It's not fun. Sometimes I ruin my nails, and so I'm going to use a little spatula. But the reason you have to get this off is because those little pieces, whether they're on your plastic shim or your clear shim or on your magnetic mat, they can make little indentations in your cardstock, and you don't want to do that. So I'm going to cut a couple of things at once. So we're going to do the joy sentiment, and we're also going to cut this wavy banner, the second largest one. This is all linked in the YouTube description. So let me tell you about a couple of things I use all the time from the stamp market, and you may not realize it. Cardstock vellum. It is the only vellum I use. Diamond glitter cardstock, love. Also, their craft cardstock is like the paper bag craft, and I love it. I love it. Kathy says, got new plates delivered today. Isn't that the best feeling? But then you don't really want to mess them up either. So you're like, ooh, and then that first cut into them and you're like, they're not new anymore. Totally know that feeling. Okay, so let's do this. We're gonna look through. We're gonna fill the entire opening with ink. Make sure that we're good there. Just making sure I'm nice and lined up here. Then I'm going to run this through. All right. And then I love the wavy banners, says Kara. They have matching stamps. So cute. Yes, they are adorable. I had purchased those like last year. I have not used them yet. Oh, the dot is separate. Okay. Didn't realize that. Let's get a little picker. Late but here. We're so glad you're here. Loving the joy stamp. Isn't it beautiful? I love it so much too. It just looks so good with the greenery too. Also, how can you go wrong with pink and green? A little bit of red in here and it will be absolutely perfect. So let's grab Cherry Kisses. Let's actually grab, how about that? Blush pink, which is my favorite pink cardstocks of all the cardstocks in the land. I'm going to do a joy out of the blush. And then I'm going to do a joy out of the Cherry Kisses, and we'll line them. We'll like stagger them, which I think is something I originally learned from Amy. I'm going to just pop that up on the screen. That's the discount code that Amy is sharing with all of you today. That saves you 10% off the new category at the Stamp Market. And all the products I'm using today are from the Stamp Market if you're coming in late. I want to thank you for being here. I'm so glad you're here. Really, truly, you guys make this so much fun. Next week, live at 1 o'clock. I was saying that. What else? The dogs have been going to school. If you're following me on Instagram, they are home from school today. It's Monday through Thursday. When I was in high school, pink and green was a no-no. Well, it is a yes, yes. It is a yes, girl. Now, we love pink and green. All right. My little craft catcher over here that goes underneath my glass craft mat so I can just swipe things into it. Love that so much. it was something I didn't know I needed until I had it. And then I was like, yes, I need this. Okay, I don't know that I'm going to deal with the tittles on the eyes, but I am going, this has like a little foldy thing. So I'm going to fold on that. I probably don't need the tab. I probably could have just trimmed it off. But my idea is to take this and this. Are you asking about the dogs? It says class for what? The dogs are going, they have trained with a trainer before, this guy that's local to me. And he's offering like a little camp right now for them, or like for his previously trained dogs. Anyway, they need some training because the baby's coming. Not my baby, my grandchild is coming, and I want Charlie to learn to not jump anymore. Anyway, so he takes them and he does like exercise with them. I've shared videos on my Instagram of them at school this week. It was so funny. Charlie, during what I call recess, this is not what he calls it, this is what Carissa calls it, recess, playtime. They have free playtime with a bunch of dogs that go there together. Charlie was literally hiding behind a chair. So my dog apparently is not super social. So she's working on socialization. They're working on exercise. They're working on training. So it was just an opportunity that arose, and we decided it was a good time with baby Theo on the way, and we don't want Charlie to like knock him over. She doesn't do it because she's mean. She does it because she's full of love, and she just needs to figure out that. Hi, Amy. I just see you popping in here, girl. Thanks for joining us. Everybody has been oohing and awing over these products that you have designed, my dear friend, and loving it. You have missed all the fun little comments about the stamp market that everybody is saying. And you, of course, know that what products I'm using. But okay, so this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking like the joy on the banner. It's layered up. Does anyone do in-person card crafting retreats? I have no one to craft with and would love the experience. Beth Ann, I have actually taught at an in-person event in Bass Lake, California. And it is called, I'm trying to remember what it's called. It's put on by a brick and mortar store that is called The Cat's Meow. So you could probably look that up, and it is in the spring, but it's in California in Bass Lake. So I've actually taught at one before. So I'm thinking like this, thinking we poke a little bit of this lagoon in there and have that kind of breaking up all of that green. Can you guys see that on the thing? I'm just kind of getting a feel for what I want to do here. We're going to do this. Let's see. Here. I'm thinking we just create like this spray coming out, and maybe we move the spray towards the center of the banner. I don't know. I kind of liked it on the end. A little different. And we need some darker green, this kind of fluffy pine over here. Okay, so do you see the variations of greens? Let's zoom you in just a little so you can kind of see where we're at here. Move that up. Okay, so you see how all of the varying greens are coming together to really just break things up. I can maybe do a little more of this blue green over here. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to do once I get it kind of where I want it. And the other thing I have are these cedar branches. Now, these are not from this new release, but I thought they would coordinate well, and I've die cut them from the Diamond Glitter Cardstock, which is one of those products from the stamp market that I use all the time. You guys just might not realize that I use it, but I'm thinking just a couple of these glitter cedar branches stuck in here to bring some sparkle to this design that we have here. Isn't this fun? I love this. My comments stopped going up. Thank you for popping in, Amy, and your generous discount code. Yes, everybody thank Amy while she's here, because it is so generous for her to offer a discount code on new products. It hardly ever happens with companies, and so I really appreciate it. And also for the giveaway that the stamp market is providing. So I do like this crazy thing where I get everything kind of like figured out on my desktop, and then I have a mess on my hands, right? I mean, what are you gonna do? You have it all arranged, you like it like that. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take and I'm gonna move this off. And you see I have all of my greenery here. Glitter branches really make the greenery pop. I know, I thought it would be so much fun. Then I'm gonna take like a sticky mat. There's a lot of companies that make sticky mats. I'm gonna grab whichever one I find first. And so these are just like a flexible mat. This one's from Concord and Ninth. That's actually their turnabout jig. But what I do then is I just take this and I just pick up all of this at once, okay? This is crafting at its finest. And this is like lazy crafting. Okay, you want to make sure you press on all of it. My little glitter one didn't come along with it, but that's okay. Then I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to start like sneaking my liquid glue underneath. I'm going to pick up some of these layers and just add some glue here and kind of adhere them together. Okay. Then, so I have a few places where they're kind of attached together with glue, but then I'm going to take wherever I can and just kind of bridge between all of these pieces with some foam adhesive, because I know I want to pop these up. I'm going to do the same thing here on the bottom. And I'm going to add some liquid glue there where they overlap, liquid glue there, and then foam adhesive. Okay, so now we have some foam that's giving us some dimension. We have liquid glue holding a couple of those little joints together. And then we'll be able to flip this over and kind of adhere it to our card, just like in one fell swoop. We won't have to like reposition all the things, which makes my life better. And you can find like mats like this from scrapbook.com. The makers of the Misty stamping tool have one that fits inside the Misty. I mean, so you can use whatever one you have. A lot of people like to use press and seal. I've not ever been really a press and seal kind of girl, but I really like the firmness of a mat like this because it's not like flexing on me and I don't have to like worry about the corner falling or whatever. Does that make sense? It just has some rigidity to it. Fancy words. Okay, so this is what I'm thinking. This is the top. You can kind of see this. It's going to go like this. So we're using some new and some old together. I'm going to have the glitter one coming out down here, and then maybe some more up here in the glitter. I'm loving that. One fell swoop reminds me of Nate Bargatze. Really, I just have, I think I remember my grandma saying it, or I'm not sure. Hear those, no press and seal. Okay. Yeah, the sturdiness of the turnabout jig makes a big difference, says Erica. I agree. I think it gives you like kind of something to grab onto. I will, like, in all honesty, I've never really given the press and seal method a try. So I can't, like, if it works for you, that's the great thing about crafting, right? Is because there's different things that work for all of us. And so I'm not saying it's not good. Question, where do you get your plastic storage wallets and magnetic sheets for dies? I have a couple of brands that I like. There is a brand on Amazon that opens up to the side that I like. They're pretty sturdy. They come with magnets, some pretty sturdy magnets. There is also the old school, I can't remember the brand off the top of my head. They might have been, were they Avery L and they're maybe discontinued now? I don't know. I'd have to look at those, but that's where I've been getting them lately. Okay, we have some foam showing, so we got to fix that. We cannot, on a delicate die cut like this, we cannot have our foam showing from the front side. Okay, that's good. So we have our little banner there. Do you say it Bargazzi? Is that how you say it? I know who you're talking about. I've seen like a couple of Instagram reels with him, but I don't follow or anything, so I'm not real sure. All right, let's get this little tail over here because it feels a little squirrely. Now, of all the things in my whole life that I have patience for, I've never understood this, but for whatever reason, I can have all the patience in the world cutting stupid small little pieces of foam tape and putting them on the most delicate of die cuts, but I have no patience for anything else in my life. Isn't that funny? Do you have anything like that in crafting where you're like, I can't even believe I am this patient with this? Okay, so let's do this and get that on there. I'm thinking there-ish. Honey says, I borrowed your idea about storing my grip mat in a zipper pouch and it works great. Yeah, that is a great tip. Where did I put this? So I'm going to do the tittle and I'm even going to like layer it up. So I'm going to start with the blush, favorite pink of all time. Then I'm going to move to the Cherry Kisses, offsetting it just slightly. This probably will not be perfect, but it will work. Okay, and then we're going to grab the Cheeky and go on top there, and now we have our layered up tittle. Amy says, I actually have no patience for any of it, but I love the results, so suffer the process. Same girl, same. I gotcha. I'm like there with you on that. Okay, I'm going to do a lot of dimension because I think that this is the way. This is the way. Dimension is the way. Okay, for this one, I'm just gonna, this is gonna be between the banner and the greenery, and so I think I can get away if it's poking out just a little. So I'm not gonna go as small, and I'm also not gonna put as much, but I'm just gonna sprinkle a few so that this sits up a little bit higher from the greenery. So we're gonna have a ton of dimension, but that's okay. Okay, so let's move you guys out again. Okay, because this is where we're going, right? Let me move you back in just a little. And let's figure out what we're gonna put this on. Now, my thought is, dun, 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 let me get it. My thought is we go on craft, because there's nothing like craft for Christmas. I'm thinking, yes, please. And let me see. We're making it up as we go along. We're doing great on time though, so. Okay, let me grab this. Maybe we cut this arch. Let's try it. Let's try it. So I'm gonna die cut from the arch card base. I don't know what the name of it is. It's linked below. It says something about an arch. Order is in. Oh, you're gonna have so much fun. You're gonna have so much fun, Donna, when these products come. Okay, what if we do this? And then we have this. Hold on, let's get this straight. And do this. Oh no, you fell off. Okay, we're gonna have to reposition that. It was clearly not adhered well together with the glue there. Hold on, we're gonna push that back on just to get a sense of this. Oh my gosh, I think that's adorable. Okay, we're going for it. Arch something or other. Yes, that's exactly what it's called. I'm gonna start naming products for companies. It's gonna be like something about an arch, and it's linked in the YouTube description below. So let's start with this. We're gonna go a little bit, maybe there. I'm hoping I don't, this is not how I practiced it, so I'm hoping it turns out okay. Then I'm thinking here, probably could just cut that little piece off the banner. Okay, and then let's get this. Maybe we bring it in more here. No, we go there. We go there. And we have a couple more little glitter pieces I think we'll add. Do you know the difference from regular arch dies to this new arch? Okay, so I saw the other arch dies on her site today. Amy will be able to speak to this better than I can. However, the regular arch dies are for sure like a nesting die set, where this is like creates a pop-up card situation. So this is just a layer in that pop-up card thing going on. So it just depends if you want something that nests. Yes, the Arches card making die. That's exactly what I'm using today. The Arches card making die. Now this guy, he got a little put too far down where you can't see him. So I'm going to move another piece up here because we want to balance out what we have going on down here. So we'll just add a couple more pieces here at the end. For now, I'm going to grab this and tuck it kind of here and go like that. Okay, is that not the cutest? I love it. Okay, then we can put this. Maybe we just put it, interesting. This guy got, we have our, like, we have our alignment all off on some of these because I didn't do it the way I had originally laid it out. So we're gonna do that there. We're gonna add some liquid glue. Okay. Put that in. I gotta hold my mouth right. I think we'll add some blue through here. Okay. Dig in. I'm digging it. Mindy says, wow, this is looking gorgeous. Thank you. And then I feel like it just needs some of these layers. I'm going to pop kind of curl just so that there's a little differentiation between some of them too, because it's getting a little green on green on green, and we don't want that. So what we can do is just kind of curl up some of these edges and these layers, and it gives it like a little more movement and kind of helps break up some of these layers as well. So we'll do that. Okay, just like that. Do you see all of that dimension now? And then I feel like we need a piece of blue greenery down here. So we're gonna move this into here, just like that, kind of offsetting them a little bit. So I'll just use some liquid glue and slide that in. Like that. Just give it a little taste of the blue there. And then we need just a little more glitter. So I'm thinking we come in somewhere around here. We're just tucking. We're going where it moves us. We might need to just, here, we're gonna do this. We're gonna snip that. We're gonna add some liquid glue. And then we're gonna just lift and tuck. Lift and tuck. It sounds like a surgery technique. Just a reminder, that discount code that's coming, that's up on the screen, I wanted to remind you, is good for the new category over at the Stamp Market. So it will take 10% off from now through November 23rd at midnight Mountain Standard Time, only on the new products. So if you grab a couple of these other products that I am using in today's live, it will not take the discount off of those, but you will get a discount off of the new products, which is this greenery, the stamps that I'm using here, this sentiment set, that's part of the new. And then I shared a look at some of the other products in the new category that I picked up when I was shopping over at the Stamp Market. I really want that in there, but it's like still not tucking as far as I want it to go. So we're gonna do a little bit more. And we're gonna, yeah, it could almost be a snowflake, which by the way, super beautiful idea with the snowflake that I did not pick up. And then I saw the ideas with the snowflake that Amy shared. I was like, I should have got the snowflake. Which was layered up with some of these sentiments. It was so pretty. Okay, I have a bunch of stuff left over, so I could almost make a whole nother card at another session. Not today. But we need to figure out, like, what are we gonna put this on? What about jade? You guys might have to help me here. We could do jade. Isn't that pretty? Oh my gosh. I love that. Okay, that's jade, which I didn't have the ink for jade, so I couldn't use it in my stamping, but we could totally use it with here. And then my other thought is, do we need a bow? I think it's too much. I think it's too much. Yes, love the jade, love the jade. Isn't it beautiful? This is a fabulous color cardstock. It's slightly, you know, the whole thing is from manufacturer to manufacturer, they're going to be a little bit different. Some of them are similar, but Amy's are custom dyed, I believe. So they match her inks really well. And this one is just, it's like the perfect in between of that blue green color. It's so pretty. Everybody's saying yes to jade. Yes. I work with a girl named Jade, and she is so sweet. Love her. She's a NICU nurse. I'm a pediatric nurse, but we cross paths a lot. Okay, I still want to fluff these some. So I'm just fluffing up some of this, bending to create. Oh, this guy fell. He didn't want to stay. He thinks he's going to go somewhere, but he's not. We'll just put him back. Okay, I'm thinking this. I love this. So over the top, but I'm that kind of girl. Yes, I thought I knew that about your cardstock, Amy, which is why the cardstock and the inks at the Stamp Market coordinate so well. So there's a couple of different ways to go when you're talking cardstock. One is a custom dyed cardstock, which is more expensive for the company that's selling it, but they can get the colors exactly right. You can also just pick from ones that cardstock manufacturers already have and then kind of try to match them to your inks, which sometimes will give you not as close of a match, but Amy's cardstocks are custom dyed, so they match her inks fabulously. And I'll show you her color palette here in just a moment. I'm loving this. I love the little stitched detail on this. I feel this makes me happy. Hello from San Diego, late to the game, but love this. I'm so glad you guys like this. Look, I am only an hour in of actual creating because we chatted at the beginning and we had a 3-minute intro. So this is really, we're about an hour in. We've done all the stamping, all the die cutting, all the assembly. Didn't truly know. I mean, I had an idea, but we were just kind of winging it as we went along with all of the design here. Let me grab the crystal confetti from the Stamp Market. It is a really beautiful sparkly confetti. It's got, when I taught in Amy's studio, it was like the lights were hitting it and I couldn't hardly see it because it was bouncing so much light back. But I do think we need to sprinkle just a few little, the ribbon is lovely, isn't it? I think it's too much for this card project, but I do think it's lovely. Okay, we have crystal confetti, and I think we just sprinkle a few of them throughout. This will bring like some sparkle and kind of draw the eye through the design a little bit, which is fantastic because you kind of see it like glinting in between all of the little branches and such. This guy is still not convinced he wants to stay. We got to fix him. He's rebellious. Boop it up. Okay, let's do that. And you gotta stay, dude. You gotta stay. There's no options. There's no other option for you but to stay. Okay, I'm gonna hold that down there for just a second. Love the no holes in the confetti. Yeah, and it's a super sparkly one. We're adding some tiny crystal confetti for Black Friday, a must-have. Oh, that is exciting. I'll probably be shopping on Black Friday at the Stamp Market, not gonna lie. There's too much on my list. I mean, I have, Amy, you weren't here earlier. I was telling him I had like $900 worth of product in my cart at the Stamp Market. I had to walk away. I could not do it. And I went back and I picked up a few of these things. So, okay, I love this. So let's add these down. Here, here, here. And Amy, in the comments, you have some fans of your new dioxide inks, which of course are in fabulous Stamp Market colors, but there were some talking in the comments about that and loving on those inks. So, all right, I think this is where we leave it. I mean, we created today. we did it in a hurry too. This was, I mean, surprisingly fast for all that we did, I think. I mean, we have a lot of layers going on here, and we even have some extra stuff like scattered throughout that we can use. But look at this. Do you see the little crystal confetti sprinkled in here that just kind of draws your eye into this design? So pretty. Love this. I think we turn even more this. We kind of do this a little bit more. We fluff. All those various greens kind of mixed throughout there. And that gives it all that, just like it's bursting. Now, clearly, not a card you're probably going to throw in the mail. But beautiful to give someone for the holidays. Am I right? Love the simple vellum banner. Yeah, the vellum is from the nested wavy banners, and there's like 4 different sizes of those banners in the set, and it's so much fun. I love holiday cards. I just knew that when I saw these products, I had to go live with these products from the stamp market. And if you missed it at the beginning, let me just walk you through some of the things that we used. So we used this here, which I'm so bad with the names. Good Cheer Greetings is this set that we use. So that's the Joy. You can see there's great greetings there. We use the Good Cheer Greenery, which is this set here. Still love this. And this, didn't get a chance to use them on today's card project. So these are from the new collection that you can save 10% off. Of course, there are coordinating dies that we used here today. Let me show you a couple of the other things I picked up from the new section that you may love. This is the sweater die here. It has the little sweater and the little details that you can add, of course, a little heart. And then there's the Stitch a Sweater die, which you can then add a stitched pattern to. This is the double bow die. I love that these are all connected so you don't lose the pieces, but you can make a really beautiful 3-dimensional cardstock bow with this. And then finally, the Merry Delights set is here, and Amy has some great inspiration featuring that. So that is from the new. I also used the Cedar branches, which is what you saw here, that are die cut from that diamond glitter cardstock. I knew I was going to get there. I used the Arches card base die, which is not part of the new collection, but is available still over at the stamp market. Really fun die set there. And then, of course, the nested wavy banners, which is what this one is here. So lots of stuff to check out over at the stamp market, and use that code Carissa10 to save 10% off of those new category products through the 23rd at midnight Mountain Standard Times. So we have a giveaway, everyone. We have a giveaway, and we need to give away a $25 digital gift card code from the stamp market. If you have not already, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button, and just let other people know that you loved watching this video and hanging out with me here today. If you have not already, make sure that you're subscribed to my channel so you don't miss any of my card making and video tutorials. I'm just going to close my eyes, scroll up in the comments, and pick a winner. So I'm going to close and scroll, just kind of randomly here. And then I'm going to see where we land. And it is Peggy Good, Peggy S. Good. You have won the $25 gift card code from the stamp market. So congratulations to you, Peggy S. Good. What you're going to do is you're going to email me, Carissa@sprinkledwithglitter.com, and claim your prize. I'll send that your information. I need your email address and your name. I'll send it over to Amy, and she'll get that processed in the next, give her about a week or so. It may be sooner than that, but just give her some grace as she's busy dealing with a restock of this fabulous new product. So does anybody have any questions for me before I let you go for the day? Again, I'll remind you that I will be here live on Tuesday at 1. That is my plan. If the week gets busy and gets away from me, That may change, but next week I'm planning on being live here on my YouTube channel at 1 p.m. on Tuesday, the 25th. So make sure you mark your calendar. It's already scheduled on my YouTube channel, so you can go ahead and go over there and hit the notify me button when that live stream happens. Awesome. Well, it looks like I'm not seeing any questions come through the comments, so I'm going to thank you all for being here. Whether you're watching live or on the replay, I am so glad you're here. It means the world to me that you come and you spend your time hanging out with me. I have so much fun with all of you. Don't forget to check out those deals from the stamp market, and I will catch you guys later. Until next time, I hope you have a fabulous day. Thanks so much for stopping by and hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed this project. If you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe and turn on the notifications here on my YouTube channel so you don't miss any of my card making and paper crafting video tutorials. Thanks again, and until next time, I hope you have a fabulous day.